Hello and welcome to Thank God It's Smarky. Here's where we talk about wrestling and other things like, and I'm here with three of the best
You didn't
people.
get the word mint in there. They say mint a lot.
No, only the bad people say this then. No.
Wag one blood.
Benny.
Thank God it's Smarky.
I think we've got ourselves an introduction, boys.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of Thank God It's Smarky, where we're going to be talking about the recent network special, WWE Roadblock. Feel free to check out other places that you can find us in the description below. I'm Sam, and I'm here with Matt.
Hello.
And Ben.
Yep.
Joe is not going to be here. He may turn up at some point during this, but as far as I know, he's not going to be available for this podcast. We might also lose Matt at some point, but the plan is to just crack on and start talking about the Roadblock card. So,
Yep.
the show opened with The New Day defeating Sheamus and Wade Barrett of the League of Nations.
Sponsored by Bootio cereal.
Is that actually true?
Did you not see the opening promo?
Oh, Bootios. So for some reason I heard BTO and was like, that's not a brand I've heard before.
No, much better brand.
Yeah.
One that you can now actually put money into on WWE Euroshop.
Are they actually selling those?
You can actually buy
Oh,
a
fuck.
Bootio cereal box with a
Fucking
t-shirt.
hell. That is...
It's amazing. I think
Is
it's like 35 quid,
That's a little
but-
bit ridiculous.
but it's... there's a part of me that wants to put that money into it. I want more stupid shit like that being released.
Stupid shit.
I want WWE
Yeah.
licensed cereal boxes. But match yourself, fucking cracking opener. I thought it was a really good tag team match.
What more do you expect from The New Day and the lads?
I was a little bit... That's what I'm looking for. I was a little apprehensive to watch this because I thought the feud would have been really like just thrown together in a really pointless manner. Like, we have no other tag teams worthy of going for the titles at the moment.
Well, that is what
maybe
happened.
for no reason. But like, I don't know. I'm glad that I was wrong. I really enjoyed this match, and I'm really enjoying where they're going with the feud.
Yeah,
They have great chemistry together, don't they?
I've
Yeah,
seen that
definitely.
it's been announced that the New Day are going to defend the titles against the other half of the League of Nations. That's not Raw.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering where the other two were. Rusev and
There was
Jericho.
another house show, wasn't there?
Yeah, you're probably right. I didn't see any reports on the house show. So,
Yeah.
AJ and
Kevin
Owens and others were there, weren't they?
Versus AJ in a 30-man Iron Man match.
Who was against AJ?
Kevin Owens.
Oh, Kevin Owens versus AJ.
Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out a
Even-
little bit for me
Ma-
there.
Iron Man match.
Nice.
That would have been so good.
I bet that
I hope
was-
that like surfaces online somewhere.
I tell you, I mean, obviously this would be a bit unfair because it would take away from the other house show. But considering Roadblock ended a good like half an hour early, imagine if that was on the card as well to fill out the time.
Yeah,
That would have been nice.
that would have got a lot more people watching it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many
That's-
people were watching it, but I'm guessing it won't really be as much as what like a regular pay-per-view would be.
I had it in my mind that you were going to say WrestleMania, and I was ready to be like, well, no, but that isn't what you said, so it's fine.
Come on, give me some credit, Samuel. But I really hope that Sheamus and Barrett get the tag team titles before Barrett leaves. Like, after seeing them two like team against the New Day, I'd happily see them two be the next in line to win the titles.
Well, I've seen recently that WWE plans to offer Wade Barrett a new deal in order to tempt him to stay. So, he might stay.
I hope so.
I'd have them two as a tag team. It'd be fun again for them, wouldn't it?
Mm.
It's like they can
Yeah.
sink their teeth.
Even if it is the most WWE 2K16 Universe Mode tag team.
Barrett
But-
said like a year ago he wants to be in a tag team, done it? Because that could take him to the next level. And it'd be something new for him to do.
Yeah, I mean, they
That-
kind of like filtered him in and out of tag teams throughout his career, but he's never really been in a solid sort of two-man tag team that could legitimately win the tag titles.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that attitude. But at the same time, can anyone think of a recent example of a tag team taking someone to a new level?
Arguably, I'd say the New Day took Big E to a new level.
Yeah.
I think post it should.
But
I don't
has
want
Big
this
E
to
moved
happen.
up the card since being in the New Day? Maybe.
No, but should it happen? Should the New Day eventually split up? I think Big E will suddenly become so much bigger.
Oh, I think
He'll be bigger E.
in fairness, I think them splitting will move them on to bigger things. I don't know. I like that thinking, but I'm not sure there's really much evidence to show of a tag team taking anyone to new levels these days. Tag teams don't really get pushed to the main event. That was like more of a stable than a tag team. You know what I mean?
But they had the tag team titles.
That's true. But it wasn't like they were a two-man tag team that got pushed to the main event, because that doesn't really happen.
I mean, I want to say Luke Harper from Harper and Rowan, but he never really made it that big. I mean, he got an IC title run and he got a fairly decent singles run, but it wasn't exactly like groundbreakingly huge.
Yeah. I don't know. They
Nevertheless,
seem more
I
willing.
think-
They seem more willing to push stables than they do two-man tag teams, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, New Day retains tag titles. Hopefully they'll keep on to it going into WrestleMania. Probably going to lead up to a big multi-man tag team match.
I wouldn't mind them breaking the record.
What is the record, out of interest?
I don't know the
Do
answer to
not
that,
know.
actually.
I'm going to Google it. Bear with me. There it is. Longest reign, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, 331 days.
Paul London and Brian Kendrick hold the longest
Okay,
reign.
that definitely needs to be broken.
That's probably
Yeah.
going to be broken, isn't it?
I wasn't
Fuck
actually
Paul
expecting
London.
them to take it. That's awesome.
Was that on,
Good for
was
them.
that- did SmackDown just have like not much competition for places at the time?
Yeah.
I
It was more
guess?
they just had too many like nothing tag teams. Like I can remember a few off the top of my head.
Didn't
You
they
had like
put
Deuce-
Super Crazy and Psychosis together at one point?
Yeah, the Mexicools.
Yeah, that
And
was. Oh, that was a thing.
But they never really made it past the point of being like a sort of gimmick act. It wasn't like a legit tag team that would have ever made it anywhere, which is a shame because the talent in that stable was ridiculous. But yeah, I'm all up for seeing the New Day take it for over a year. So second match, we had Chris Jericho facing against the name and face of Canada, the man that will defend them against the tyrant that is Chris Jericho, none other than the all-American, American, Jack fucking Swagger.
I can't believe they did this again.
I liked Jericho's promo at the beginning.
That was good.
Jericho's promo was
He tried
just-
so hard to get that Toronto crowd to boo him.
thing is, he did. He managed it.
It's
Yeah.
just
But
his opponent is someone who
until
they do,
Jack
no
Swagger
one
came
can
out,
fuck
and then they
that.
started chanting Y2J.
it's just
They should have given him a Canadian.
Yeah.
They should have. You had Sami Zayn on the card, for God's sake. He would have been perfect to come out and get the crowd pumped, you know, for the classic patriotic act. But
Yeah,
I
but
just don't...
Zayn or Jericho cannot afford a loss at the moment.
True, but it's in front of Canada, and I'm sure Chris Jericho wouldn't have minded putting Zayn over.
Do you reckon?
But does him no.
I think
does
Jericho
him
needs
no
to win more
favours.
than Sammy at this point.
Like, maybe a Tyler Breeze, but he's a heel.
How Smarky?
Yeah.
How Smarky was that crowd? Do you think they would have? Do you think they would have cheered Tyler Breeze?
I think they would have just because NXT. In
Yeah.
the same way that NXT chants broke out during the Sami Zayn match.
Hey Matt, they could have brought out Victor,
They could have brought out Victor. Which
hometown
they did
hero.
not,
The
actually,
house shit.
there. And he got fucking squashed by Goldust, I heard.
I had to ask. I had to ask you whether he was even Canadian.
Yeah,
If,
he's
if
like,
I'm having to ask, I'm not sure how many other people know.
Well, for those of you
A
who
lot
don't
of
know,
people do know that.
Maybe I'm in the minority
yeah,
then.
like for those of you who don't, he's actually like trained in the Heart Dungeon, which is a point that's very rarely made, if at all.
I don't think it's ever been made in WWE.
Well, it
I
has
don't think
here
they've ever
today.
mentioned it. I know it's made the rounds on the interweb.
The interwebs.
Back to the match. I
But
still
it's just-
don't understand why because I've watched them do this before. I've watched Wade Barrett cut a great promo up in Scotland, and they brought out Jack Swagger to, you know, shut this foreign heel up. And it's like, why? Why would you have someone get that much heat and then bring out Jack Swagger when you're not in America? It would probably work in America, but why would you try that in Scotland and Canada?
I don't know if it even works in America, though.
It
It has when I've watched them do it on Raw, at least.
No, he's not over. We the people is over.
Oh, but his American stuff still gets cheered. Like even the second time they brought him out, it does.
Really
even
doesn't.
the second time they brought him out against Rusev, they still cheered it. They did because it's America, and they're like, yeah, America.
Yeah, but I think that's more because Rusev did a great job at pissing off America.
Exactly.
And not because Jack Swagger's, you know, fucking Stars and Stripes personified. And because Zeb Coulter did a great job at being Zeb Coulter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Swagger is boring. The only good thing about Swagger is his theme song. And the only thing what's over Zack Swagger is We the People. He is boring. Just fuck off, mate.
I'm just going to throw it out there, I really liked him when he had the Soaring Eagle. I thought that was brilliant. If anyone even remembers that.
Poor you.
Yeah, this was back in the time when there was not a lot of people to really enjoy on the roster, so...
He killed SmackDown for me.
It's a shame. But, I'm not going to take too much away from the match itself, because I thought Chris Jericho Jack Swagger did have a really good match.
I think Swagger
It was very technical, very...
Like, I agree he's not the most interesting character, but I quite enjoy his ring work.
I think he's fucking boring. He's like slow as fuck, boring, and he's probably he's injured quite a few people.
He's
He's not a safe worker, is he?
He injured Ziggler recently, didn't he? Like, in the last couple of years recently.
Yeah,
he's also done a few people's shoulders.
Did Barrett?
Yeah, I think I was thinking of Barrett, not Ziggler, to be fair. But he might have done that as well.
He did Ziggler back in 2013 when he won the title.
Yeah, when he kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God,
Which
that was
face.
awful timing, wasn't it?
Ziggler's still salty about that.
Ziggler's salty about everything, though. And I like him.
Yeah, but I don't think he's salty with Jack Swagger. I think he's just salty with the fact that, like, that...
He never really recovered, did he?
You have no trust.
Nah, every interview, he's like, yeah, just don't go anywhere near Swagger when you're the champion.
Is he joking, though? Is that
like,
tongue-in-cheek? Because I'm sure I've seen him hang out.
He says it in such an angry voice.
Yeah, but... I mean, it is Dolph Ziggler at the end of the day, and I think that attitude has just become, in a way, an in-joke for himself. Like, I don't know. I don't think Swagger really... I mean, I don't know this, but I don't think he would have gotten too much heat off Ziggler. I mean, those two are pretty good friends from what I understand. Especially before then. They had a tag team going on at one point.
Enough about Dolph Ziggler anyway. We talked about this last episode. I believe Joe is here.
Ah, hello.
Howdy, friends.
Well, quick thoughts on his match against Chris Jericho before we move on, Joe.
It was an alright match, but there was no effort put into it. And do I blame him? No.
What do you mean, do you blame him? No.
I mean, if I was in his position, I probably wouldn't start doing springboard 450s or anything.
What, when he got given a chance to win the title at what? Was it WrestleMania 28? And he
29.
blew it.
Versus... No, I am talking about the match with Chris Jericho. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant in general.
No, I mean, that match, he put, like... Obviously, there was still effort put into it, but not as much as he has been capable of in the past.
I thought the match was still okay.
It was an okay match, but I'm just saying that it could have been...
To me, it just showed how much Jericho can still go as well.
That's true. Yeah, maybe more credit goes to Jericho in this situation rather than Jack Swagger. But it had a place, but I just think maybe it shouldn't have been in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was an awful idea.
Right, well, next match on the card was the NXT Tag Team Championship match between Enzo Amore, Big Cass, and The Revival.
Ooh, this match was top notch.
That's brilliant.
It's another
I
good
loved
one.
it.
Because I enjoyed the one at London as well.
I think this
I
one.
think this one topped it, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just said it's another good one they've had.
That was everything that I expected from it. Like, the chemistry those two teams have got now is fucking off the chain. And it's finally gotten to the point where I can look at the Revival and think, yeah, I can live with you being my tag team champions for a while.
I'm so happy that the Revival have come into it instead of people viewing them like they did Blake and Murphy.
Yeah,
They've
that's right.
given time as well to, like, sort of win people over. And it's not a short title reign like everyone else has had lately with the tag titles.
Yeah. A difference between the Revival and Blake and Murphy is that the Revival have actually been given, like, promo time backstage. They've been given a chance to build some character behind them. Blake and Murphy had none of that
Well, they had
during
some
their
of
tag.
it, although Alexa mostly spoke for them.
That was only towards the end of their reign, though. I mean, from what I remember, the majority of it after they beat the Lucha Dragons was just them two coming out, squashing nobodies on a week-to-week basis. It was only during their feud with the Vaude Villains, which was a good month or 2 months into their title reign, that they finally had some, like, effort put into their character with Alexa Bliss. This match did so many favours for them.
Yeah, it does look like, with the Revival going over, that it's Enzo and Cass probably aren't going to get an NXT title reign, depending on how you want to look at it. It looks like it will probably be Jordan and Gable that topple the Revival instead.
Rightly so.
I hope they don't do it on their first go. Just to give the Revival a tad more heat.
Be a
I
big
think-
moment for them though, wouldn't it? A couple of nights before WrestleMania as well.
Yeah. I think I'd rather see them do it at the next takeover, just because, you know, if we're going to look at this takeover in, like, WrestleMania weekend proportions, it should be where the faces go over, you know, and especially if Joe's going to be given the title that night, we need something big, you know, that everyone can get behind, and that being Jordan and Gable winning the tag team titles.
So the next match was, as we spoke about on the preview, Charlotte defeating Natalya. It turns out it was for the Divas Championship in the end. I think that maybe that wasn't supposed to be revealed, so they could reveal it on the show with that kind of awkward segment that they did, which kind of, I don't know.
I forgot about that segment.
Well, that segment kind of confirmed to me. It was like, oh well, Natalya's not going to win then.
Mm. It was
Which
fantastic.
We kind of
match.
knew anyway, but you know, yeah, it was a really good match.
Very good match.
No, I'm glad they gave
Charlotte's
Natalya.
best match on the main roster.
Yeah,
by
for sure.
far.
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened in Canada as well. Like, if there's going to be any time that Natalya deserves to be put into, you know, contention for the Divas title, even if it is a throwaway match, then it needed to be in Toronto.
Yeah.
It just proves that these guys can still work together at a fantastic level. Like, even a good year after their first match in NXT.
It just makes me happy.
Natty could probably go with anyone, to be fair.
I just think Natalya's a really good worker, and I've spoken up her ability to, like, friends and stuff so many times before. I know she might not be the most interesting character, but technically she's really solid. There was a period where she was no longer with Tyson, she was still on the road, and just getting no TV time, and I was like, why would you not use someone of Natalya's ability at all?
I think it comes down to age. And I know that they've addressed this on Total Divas. Yes, I watched Total Divas, get over it. Like, the fact that, I'm not sure how old Natalya is, but I'm pretty certain that they've, like, kind of given the hint that that's holding her back slightly. Which is a real shame.
That's fair enough, but I mean, there's definitely a place for someone, especially with all the new talent coming through. For Natalya to be like a veteran of the division is always a good position to have.
I think that's what they're going with anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you know, every time she's in the ring, they'll always big up the fact that she's, you know, the older veteran who's just there to really put over the younger ones now.
As an aside, and I'm sure we've spoken about this before, and it's always a talking point, I watched this with a couple of more casual viewers, and one of them, she got quite hot about how ugly and tacky the Divas Championship was.
Oh, it looks
She was
so
kind
bad.
of like, why the fuck does it have to be a pink butterfly? Like, look, You're not even appealing to the people you think you're appealing to by having this as your title.
It's just ugly.
Even the women are like, what the fuck is that?
Even every diva says they want to change it.
I'm not surprised.
I wouldn't go back to the old one. I would
Neither
go
would
back
I.
to the women's title.
I'd quite like to see a new
I
one.
think a whole new design.
Yeah.
I mean,
Along
even the
with the
NXT
tag
women's title
titles.
doesn't look good.
I like the NXT Women's title, personally.
No, I'm
I
not
think
a fan
it's good
of,
for
like,
developmental.
no, it's
It's
just
a bit smaller, isn't it? I'm not a fan of small titles.
it doesn't look like a championship. It's like the Lucha Underground Championship when it first came in. It didn't look like a title belt. It just looked like a prop.
I think that could be said for a few of the recent WWE titles, really, couldn't it?
Yeah, tag team title especially. It just looks fucking terrible.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of non-gold titles. Quite like the NXT Women's title, but in general, not a big fan.
I was a fan of the ECW title. That wasn't gold.
Oh, the WWE ECW title.
Yeah.
It looked okay, yeah.
And I liked the original one as well. That wasn't gold.
I was always a big fan of the World Heavyweight Championship, like the big golden
Yeah.
WCW
same.
one.
I think that's kind of always considered a go-to of a great, what a title should be. I think people always use the big gold, don't they?
The NWA World titles is pretty over with a lot of people. I was never a fan of that.
I remember how I like that, actually. I'm going to quickly
That
Wikipedia.
tiny belt with like that big brown ball in the middle.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind it, but
I don't think
That
that's
one's
a
out there.
world title. I think world title's got to be pretty big. Nice.
World title's got to look prestigious. And it's got to look like there's some history behind it. And that's what the World Heavyweight Championship did. Like the one that WWE used from WCW.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Undisputed title as well.
Yeah, so I'm surprised I didn't get the shout out for that, considering I love it so much. It's my title.
Yeah. But...
If anyone listening
At
wants
least
to
one-
buy me a title, that's the one.
Alright, cool. Well, moving on.
Lovely little championship chat there. Why not? I like these little discussions that aren't related to the card. It breaks it up a bit.
You're getting a lot more out of
You
this
should-
tonight.
Is Joe like dead?
He's dead, Jim.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so the next match on the card was supposed to be, well, it was advertised as Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. So I imagine some people felt pretty blue-balled when they actually got Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper with Bray Wyatt standing on the outside and then running away.
I'm going to say no, because I'm a big fan of Luke Harper.
I'm a big fan of
And
Luke
he
Harper.
did a very good job.
I thought it made him look pretty good.
My only just should not be running. Bray should not be running away from anyone, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I as well, huge Luke Harper guy. He's one of those superstars that is just universally respected. Like, even if you don't like Bray Wyatt, there's a little bit of you that likes Luke Harper just because of his in-ring ability. Like, he could go in that... And that was no different against Brock Lesnar. But I completely agree with Ben when he says that Bray Wyatt should not have been the guy to run away. Because that's so out of character for him. Like, even though...
I'm hoping they are saving it for, like, another time.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty certain that they've got plans for a bigger marquee match later on down the line, perhaps from a credible source. Wyatt couldn't actually compete in that match due to a back injury. So, I'm not going to hold it against them too much. Because I see complete sort of 100% health go against Brock Lesnar than like a half beaten down Bray Wyatt.
Beat every member of the Wyatt family to get to Bray. It's like he's the boss. Like in a computer game, you got to beat all those minions to get to the boss.
I really like that idea. Hopefully if they do revive the feud, they kind of revive that idea. I wouldn't mind seeing Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper again anyway.
Am I alive?
Yeah, you're
You're
alive.
alive.
So I'm alive.
Good times.
Do you like Luke Harper?
So I was talking about how I enjoyed how Luke Harper made Brock Lesnar look a bit human when he hit the lariat stuff.
Oh, good to have you back, Joe. I guess we had some problems there. I guess we'll just move on into Sami Zayn versus Stardust.
Could have been so much better.
Wasn't the best match, was it? It's almost like it was intentionally used to cool the crowd down.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people have been crediting that to the crowd, because they did well. I mean, they've been shitting over a lot of matches throughout the whole night, but this one in particular got a lot of heat for the absolute wrong reasons as well. I mean, I'm pretty certain there was a "This is awkward" chant at one point. And for a match featuring two guys that's widely regarded as great workers, like you know you're probably putting in a bad job.
I don't think
the crowd were assholes anyway.
Crowd was, yeah, they're dickheads. But I don't think the match was that good either.
Nah, the content in that match was just...
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think that they just... Like, they knew that they were going to be used, like Sam said, as the cooldown. And I think that neither Zayn or Rhodes really wanted to put anything into it.
They probably got told to not do their usual stuff.
In fairness,
just to cool it down.
It still didn't warrant... Did this match have CM Punk charts, or was that the next match?
No, it did get... Well, I think both matches...
That was the Jericho and Triple H match.
Jericho and Triple H, man, I wish I had seen that match.
Jericho has really put himself forward.
But yeah,
I think
Ben pointed out they also chanted "You can't wrestle." It's Sheamus and Barrett. It was just terrible.
I think that Zayn and Stardust did get some CM Punk chants. I may be wrong on that, but I remember picking up on it and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, come on.
Fuck the crowd.
I can't remember it in that match, but I know
I might
Jericho
be... Yeah.
looked fucking pissed. And then Dean Ambrose, when it happened to them, Ambrose looked confused.
I think they were just trying to prove, like, you know, even though we don't get this that often, look how smarky we are.
I mean, I spoke about this before, so don't really want to talk about it too much. You can kind of get them saying it to Triple H, considering the rumours of just how involved he was. But at the same time, come on, it's during a match. It's during a championship match with Dean Ambrose.
Featuring Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, what are you trying to achieve doing that?
Yeah.
But nevertheless,
asshole crowd
in the match.
Silly asshole crowd. Zayn and Stardust wasn't the best match. Wasn't the best match that they know they were capable of doing. Hopefully, I'm not usually an advocate of this. Quite like to see a rematch on Raw, just so they can kind of make up for it, I suppose.
No, I think he should just concentrate on his feud with Kevin Owens. But it could be just me, or does Sammy look a bit like not comfortable yet?
I agree completely.
Like his interviews, he looks a bit shy. He looks a bit awkward.
Yeah, and I mentioned this on the previous podcast. Whilst we were talking about the Miz TV segment on SmackDown, he just doesn't seem to fit main roster at the moment. He just seems really awkward and out of place.
I think give it like a few weeks. Hopefully he gets in the groove of himself.
Yeah, maybe it takes time to adapt. So, you know, Kevin Owens might have gone straight into it, but everyone's different, so...
Yeah, I mean, you look at AJ Styles, and even he took some time to get used to the WWE style of matches. But then again, he was thrown straight into a feud with Chris Jericho, so, you know, maybe he as well sort of, like, sped around the learning curve.
Yeah, AJ's got some distance to go in terms of character work as well, so...
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really can happen to anyone. Move on to the main event. I think we said that we all expected Triple H to retain, but we all said that we expected a really solid match, and I definitely think this was a really good match.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good.
It was. Triple H, how old is he?
I want to say 46. Let's do a Google.
45.
I was going to say 49.
I just want to say that I'm not ashamed
46.
to admit.
Look at that.
I'm not ashamed to admit that when Ambrose almost pinned Triple H before Triple H's foot was half an inch not outside the ropes, but was still classed as outside the ropes, that I actually bought it and I thought Ambrose had won.
I bought it. I have to admit it because I'm a terrible person if I don't. Yeah, I bought it.
I bought it. I was like, oh my god, they've actually let
My only
Ambrose
defense is where I was watching it with people, I heard the 3 count and the bell, and so I just turned straight to the people I was with, so I didn't see the referee waving his arms or any of that, like, and so I was like, oh shit, like, It happened, guys.
I think if they wanted a swerve finish, there's a better one to do than the guy who's giving the pin, in this case, Ambrose. His foot is under the rope. Because it wasn't even really under the rope.
Yeah, he
When
kind of
when
botched
Triple
it.
H, when the referee was sort of like, blah, 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 you could see Ambrose scoot back a little bit.
The referee fucked up. Rematch, guys.
Yeah, they didn't even show a replay of it, which is very odd for
Not surprised.
WWE.
I think Ambrose just didn't make the rope in time.
Hmm.
I don't think you can blame the ref for that. But I think it also saves dirty deeds because Triple H didn't kick out.
No.
Still made this finish look strong.
Quick point on the referee. Not blaming him, but they have to call it as they see it. And if his foot wasn't actually under the rope, then you do have to blame the referee.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just like not blame Ambrose because it's Ambrose.
No, but that's the way it always is. You know this is the way it always is. The referees have to call it as they see it. They can't just go with the finish just because it's the predetermined finish.
Because
Well,
it
you
looks
can't-
stupid.
Like when
that.
Emma won that fatal 4-way back at
Yeah,
those-
but that
those tapings.
was obvious. Like Dean Ambrose not getting to the rope. That wasn't that obvious. It wasn't like he was in the middle of the fucking ring.
I mean, they're constantly being fed instructions through their headpiece anyway, so it's... I mean, I want to agree with Sam here and say that it is mostly down...
It's Ambrose's fault as well, because the finish was planned and he was meant to get his foot under the rope, obviously. Obviously Ambrose is at fault. I'm not saying he's not.
I think the ref can get away with it because it was like, what, a centimetre away from it? It wasn't like he was in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
I think you're just being a bit picky.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Nevertheless, I wasn't entirely happy with the fact that we had another false finish for
I
Ambrose.
can't believe I've fallen for both false finishes. I'm such a mark. Forget the title of this podcast. I'm a fucking mark.
Wait,
Hello
what,
everyone and welcome to Thank God It's Smarky.
what even was the false finish for the Rollins match last year? Was it the same
When he
thing?
took the referee out,
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
it was obvious.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But that one was a legitimate one to fall for compared to this.
Yeah,
because
didn't
there
that
was
one
a
have
freak
like
out.
the graphic come up and Ambrose hold
It had
the
to
title?
freak out. Oh, Ambrose is the new world heavy champion, and then the referee woke up and was just like, "No, no, no." And
of
that's
course,
when they
Seth
got the
Rollins-
old infamous Seth crossing his eyes, looking like he's just climbed a mountain.
That is not how I described that. I described that as Seth Rollins
so
at the
exciting.
point of climax.
Well, yeah, all right then, whatever. You knew what I was talking about. Therefore, it's about.
Of course I know what you're talking about. Didn't one of you post it on my Facebook wall at one point?
I'm pretty sure that was me.
Yeah, nice.
For your birthday or something. I can't remember, but...
Beautiful.
What did people actually think of the actual finish of the match, though? I loved that. Like, him just surviving the 9 count, and then boom, straight into the pedigree. Not the best pedigree Triple H has ever done, but I kind of liked the finish.
Yeah, it was a good finish.
I don't think it made Ambrose look weak at all. I don't know. I feel like this is another good chapter if they're eventually going to tell the story of Ambrose building himself up to win the title.
Yeah. I mean... I think everyone would have a different outlook on it. If everyone went in thinking, oh, there's an equal chance of Dean Ambrose coming out with the championship, then people probably would have been a hell of a lot more pissed off than what everyone seems to be now.
That's why I don't think they should ever do this right before WrestleMania. And apparently this is going to be a yearly thing now.
Well, they definitely shouldn't do it when there are already matches announced.
I agree, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
fair enough if the
No,
main
I like-
event was already set. Fair enough if
I like-
Reigns Triple H was already set. But the fact they already announced a Dean Ambrose match and then still went through with this, it's like,
I think you
we
can
know
do
you're
it
not
if
going
you
to change
like.
the card.
I like it. I like how it gives a sense of almost unpredictability.
Yeah,
That's-
I guess it would do,
Oh,
but
that's
at no point did I ever actually believe they'd do it, apart from when I fell for the count, and it went through my mind like, what the fuck are they going to do now?
I mean,
They should just make it like the 2 main events have a tag match, like, and then you can like.
Maybe
Ain't
just...
an obvious finish then, is it?
Or don't put titles... Well, yeah, I suppose that tag match doesn't, but you know what I mean? Don't put titles on the line.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
it. I mean, Lauren came out with this the other day, actually. She was saying that, what the only way they could go with this, if they really wanted to carry on with Ambrose's title hunt, is kind of redo the Daniel Bryan thing. Triple H comes out and says, look, if you beat Brock Lesnar in this street fight, you'll get into the main event.
Is that going to feel a bit too familiar because it was so soon?
People hate how recycled it is.
Yeah.
I agree with you to a certain extent. But, I mean, it would be fresh in a way because it's with the Daniel Bryan one, in a similar way to what happened at Roadblock, you could see a mile off that he was going to beat Triple H and then he was going to go on to win the championship. With Dean Ambrose, however, it'd be a case of, wait, he's going against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. You know, is he going to be able to get through that? I think that's the fresh element coming into it here.
I wouldn't mind it. I don't... If it happened, I wouldn't complain, but I'm not going to push for it. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I agree with you. I'm not saying I want to see this. I'm just saying if they could go anywhere with Dean Ambrose's hunt for the title and finally putting it on him, then that would be the most logical way of managing it from here on. What with 2 matches announced for WrestleMania.
Or just make Ambrose and Brock's a future #1 contender match
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
for a future title shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I guess in a way it kind of is anyway.
Like, I can see Bray Austin Brock this match.
Oh god. I
Just to continue their little rivalry.
I'm okay with that, but I feel like that's probably gonna piss people off.
Another cheap thing, though, isn't it? Like,
It is, isn't it? It just feels like we don't get a proper payoff when that happens. I don't know. Man, I didn't think there'd be a day where I'd be saying I'd rather Ambrose lose clean than win by interference, but it's being said.
he will look strong in this match anyway. Like, there's no harm in him losing clean.
Nah.
Okay, a little bonus question for everyone. What is everyone's favourite entrance theme song?
You put me on the spot here. The first 2 that jumps to mind would be CM Punk's first theme, This Fire Burns, because I fucking love that song. Yeah, it's just such a good song in general. Like, I'm a huge Killswitch fan, so
Yeah.
like hearing CM Punk come out to that was so fun. And
The
it
only
always
time
brings
I
back
did
good
not
memories.
like that is when he cashed in on Jeff.
I can imagine, Ben. I can imagine being a bit of a salty sailor that day.
No, I wasn't. So I missed the pay-per-view and saw the SmackDown after, and
Your
they
dream
didn't
would
even
crush.
they didn't even show what happened. They just showed the main event for the next pay-per-view, and I was like, "Oh, you bastard! You cashed in."
The other one that I quite like listening to, there's a couple more I want to mention. First one is The Undertaker's Ministry theme.
Oh, that is good. I love that.
It's just so fucking good. Oh my god, I get so hyped when I hear that. And one final one, Gangrel's.
Rude.
Nice.
Yeah. Rude's theme.
I love it. I love Edge's theme song.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. Honestly, Ben, almost anything in that playlist that you made when you came down could be in there. There are so many good ones in there. Oh man. I really like Cult of Personality, but that's just because I like Cult of Personality, so I don't feel like it counts.
Yeah, that's what I thought about Killswitch. I was like, I want to say it, but I feel like I'd be speaking about it too much as a song itself rather than as a wrestling theme.
Yeah. Just Marty Scurll and Jimmy Havoc have awesome themes. Also love Edge's theme. I'm a big fan of Dolph Ziggler's current theme, hilariously.
I just want.
I really, really like Elias Sampson's theme, and I don't even know why.
God, I can only picture like the first 2 chords.
It's like acoustic, followed by some like generic rock stuff.
Yeah, the generic rock stuff I can't even picture in my head. I can only picture that opening acoustic bit.
I don't even know why. Whenever I hear it, I'm just like, yeah, this guy. I think it really, like, there are very few themes that reflect the character and reflect the gimmick. And that one, I feel like, gets it spot on. Baron Corbin's as well.
Yeah,
It
I was
sounds
about to
good,
say he's got a good theme song.
Oh man,
And an honorary mention goes to Brock.
that's fair
It's
enough.
fucking hype, innit?
Yeah.
And,
It's
when you hear that
fucking
theme-
hype.
Especially how like little he shows up as well. When you do hear it, you're like, yeah, someone's ass is about to get kicked.
yeah. Because when you hear it, you know something important is about to happen. Whether it be a match, whether it be just Paul Heyman cutting a promo,
Ah.
you know you're going to enjoy this
The
next
night
10 minutes.
after WrestleMania 27 when he come out, when it hit,
So good.
how hype was that?
The good thing is, I didn't even see that coming because I wasn't like reading any dirt sheets around
Oh.
that time.
Joe, favorite wrestling theme?
Theme. I mean, it has to be Jack Swagger. There's absolutely no way I can dispute that.
Nice. Right, so I think that's about it for this little special episode talking about Roadblock. I hope you've all enjoyed listening. I know it's been a little bit thrown together. It's perhaps not as tidy as maybe our previous podcasts have been, but I think it's been pretty enjoyable, pretty decent chat. It was good. It was a good card. It was an enjoyable show, and be sure to check out our weekly podcast later on in the week. For more information on where you can find that, just check out the description below. Follow us on Twitter at TGIS Podcast. I'm Sam, and bye.
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 Bye-bye.
And
Fair to have your mind absolutely blown by the greatest single wrestling chat you have ever listened to. Ever.
You got it.
Ever?
Thanks, Smarky will never, ever
This
be the same
fucking
again.
episode-
Why wrestling fast?
Like, hello there.
Wagwan.